Namaste everyone, my name is Mohit Pathak and I'm going to be teaching you about Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India. To start off, I'm going to be telling you about her childhood, then I will tell you about her participation in the independence movement, her time as a poet, and finally her time as a governor. First, I'm going to tell you about Sarojini Naidu's childhood. Sarojini Naidu was born on February 13th, 1879 in Hyderabad, India. Her birth name is Sarojini Chattopadhyay and her parents are Agornath Chattopadhyay and Varada Sundari Devi. Her father was a scientist and educator. He founded the Nizam College of Hyderabad. Her mother was a poetess in the Bengali language. Her father Agornath was also the first member of the Indian National Congress in Hyderabad. Next, I'm going to tell you all about Sarojini Naidu's participation in the independence movement. Sarojini Naidu joined the independence movement at the rear of the Bengal partition in 1905, and since then, she stuck to her commitment to the cause. While working for the Indian National Congress, she was introduced to many eminent personalities, such as Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Mahatma Gandhi, with whom she shared a special bond. Here are a few of Sarojini Naidu's most memorable quotes. First, a country's greatness lies in its undying ideals of love and sacrifice that inspire the mothers of the race. Next, hark to a voice that is calling, to my heart in the voice of the mind. And this one is a very deep quote. Next one is, we want deeper sincerity of motive, a greater courage in speech, and earnestness in action. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sarojini Naidu as a poet, but before that, I'm going to show you a little video of one of her speeches greeting the Americans.
Friends, I come to you from many thousand miles away as the ambassador of a very ancient country to the youngest nation in the world. It may surprise you that a country which you are taught to regard as conservative should have chosen a woman to be its representative and ambassador. But if you read aright the whole history of Indian civilization, you will realize that woman has been the very pivot of its culture, of it all its inspiration, and of all the embassies of peace that have gone abroad for many centuries to the uttermost parts of the world. Friends of the New World, I arrived only last night past that Statue of Liberty that stands as a guardian of your freedom at the gateways of a new world. And with the best intention in the world to feel unfamiliar in this new country, my spirit feels that it has come home to a new version of old things. Friends.
So moving onwards, next we're going to be talking about Sarojini Naidu as a poet. Sarojini Naidu, also known as the Nightingale of India, was a prolific writer and poet. The first volume of her poetries, The Golden Threshold, was published in 1905, after which two more collections, The Bird of Time and The Broken Wing, arrived in 1912 and 1917, respectively. Other acclaimed poems that came following are The Gift of India and A Treasury of Poems. She was given the name Bharat Kokila on account of the beautiful and rhythmic words on her poems that could be sung as well. Now I'm going to read to you two of Sarojini Naidu's most famous poems, To India and The Gift of India. So first off, To India. O young, through all thy immemorial years, rise, mother, rise, regenerate from thy gloom, and like a bride high mated with the spheres, beget new glories from thine ageless womb. The nations that in fettered darkness weep, crave thee to lead them where greatness mornings break. Mother, O mother, wherefore dost thou sleep? Arise and answer for thy children's sake. Thy future calls thee with a manifold sound to crescent honors, splendors, victories vast. Waken, O slumbering mother, and be crowned, who once wert empress of the sovereign past. And the next one, The Gift of India by Sarojini Naidu. Can ye measure the grief of the tears I weep, or compass the woe of the watch I keep, or the pride that thrills through my heart despair, and the hope that comforts through the anguish of prayer, and the far sad glorious vision I see of the torn red banners of victory, when the terror and tumult of haste shall cease, and life be refashioned on anvils of peace. And your love shall offer memorial thanks to the comrades who fought on the dauntless ranks, and you honor the deeds of the dauntless ones. Remember the blood of my martyred sons. And I just want to tell you all that for this writing, the Gandhiji named Sarojini Naidu the Nightingale of India. And if any of you know who Florence Nightingale is, they were actually a very prominent poem writer and writer in general during the Middle Ages, so that's why she got such a title. So finally, we are moving on to Sarojini Naidu as a governor. Sarojini actively participated in the freedom movement and was a part of the Round Table Summit, held in 1931. In 1942, she was arrested along with Mahatma Gandhi for her involvement in the Quit India movement and was jailed for almost 2 years. After her release from jail, she presided over the steering committee at the Asian Relations Conference. With the independence of India in 1947, Sarojini Naidu was made the governor of Uttar Pradesh. In the wake of her contribution to the movement, she was the first woman to become the governor of a state. She died of a heart attack while working in her office on March 2nd, 1949. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you learned something useful about Sarojini Naidu. Have a wonderful day.